Hi, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Just a reminder of a couple things going on with me. I have a new celebration show happening in conjunction with the Bruce Mines Historical Society, and it will be at the Old Bruce Mines United Church. A beautiful place to have a show, and I hope you can come and see it. I will be presenting the music of Pete Seeger and Woody Guthrie. Tickets are on sale now from the folks at the Bruce Mines Historical Society, or you can go to my website in the show dates and tickets sections and pick yourself up one at the link there. Yes, folks, it is important that you buy your tickets in advance. So like I said, head over to the show dates and tickets section, click on the show date in the Google Calendar, and it'll take you right to where you need to go to purchase tickets. My latest album, Songs for the Modern Cowboy, is out, and you can pick up a copy via my website in various formats, and if you are a digital streamer, it is available on the streaming services except Spotify and Amazon. And my book, Heart Beats and Life Measures, is out, and it comes in paperback or a digital copy and is available on my website. Just fill out the order form and we'll get one sent right to your door. Thank you so much for your support, folks. It's been great, and please continue, and thank you, and on with the show. Hey folks, and welcome to another episode of the Lonesome Cowboy Podcast. And, well, at least I'm going back to Manitoba now for the land of the cowboy, kind of out there. And this gentleman reached out to me and said really nice things about the stuff I do with this podcast. And then I had a look at his stuff, and I went, wow, this guy's the real deal. Like, he is the real deal. And so, please welcome CC Trubiak. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm great.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should ask pronouns. I'm calling you gentleman, sir. I'm sorry.
Gentleman works. You're
Okay.
calling me. That's the main thing. You're calling me.
Okay, that's cool. So, you started in Ottawa, and then you moved to Manitoba, Flin Flon, in the area where you are right now. And that was around 2010. You came back. Tell me about that journey. What precipitated going from Ottawa, to where they have a really cool scene, to Manitoba?
So actually, I was born and raised in Flin Flon.
Oh, really?
was born here. I was raised here. I graduated here, I think 1997. After I graduated high school, I lived in Winnipeg for about 5 years, and I was kind of aimless, and I didn't really have a sense of direction. And then I have an uncle who lives in Ottawa, and so that was enough to get me to Ottawa, just to sort of have a family member there and see what I could come up with there. And I lived there long enough to go to college, go to university, and around 2009, 2010 is when I really just sort of decided to dip into it being an independent artist world and recording and performing. And so I did do that between 2010 and 2013 in Ottawa before I had to move all the way back home here to Flin Flon. And the funny story behind why I did is because, I love Ottawa. I miss it, the culture, the nightlife, the people.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so much. And I have had a partner there, and but I couldn't find a job. I'm not bilingual. So I did finish school in social work, but I had a tough time trying to find a job where I could do that kind of work and only speak English. And so I have a sister here in Flin Flon who also works as a counselor, and she said, you know what, why don't you come back home and get a year worth of work here in Flin Flon, and that should help you. And I did. I really didn't want to. I didn't want to return to the north. I had a lot of negative associations with it from my time growing up here. But weirdly enough, it was beautiful. It was just what my life needed. And working steadily in social work for all that time. But I've also, my performing life the arts community up in Flin Flon, I'm not kidding you. It's rich. And there's
Really,
also,
eh?
yes, tons
Cool.
more opportunities for me to play. Incredible venues to perform for, audiences that love you and they know you since you were a kid and they love what you do and they watch you grow. And then
Yeah.
not to mention all of the great artists here. There's a lot of really, really fantastic local artists here. And and then my husband ended up moving here. He moved here as well. Has a great job working for the mining company here. And
Great.
we're thriving in Flin Flon, Manitoba.
Of all things.
Yeah.
And so you came for the year and stayed for the rest of it.
I know.
That's
Pinch me.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. Your new album, Jukebox in Exile, which I love the title, by the way. Totally jealous about that. Yeah, no, I love those kind of titles. Hey, Jukebox in Exile. Ooh, what's that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If you want to judge the book by the cover, that would be the one that would make me reach for the cover. How's that?
Oh, yeah. I like that.
There you go.
Think a lot alike. I mean,
See?
appreciating album cover art, and I love, as you can tell, records. And so catchy albums, catchy titles, catchy song titles, all of that really gets me. So,
well, that's cool. Very good. And well, tell us all about that. And what's behind this album, Cece?
okay. So the last time I actually took it upon myself to record anything was back in 2017. I did do an independent album by the name of McBain, and most of it was original material. A lot of it co-written with someone else. But at the time that I put that out, I probably, in retrospect, wasn't in the best shape, like emotionally, mentally, creatively. I worked hard on the album and I put it out. But after that, maybe between 2018 to now, 2025, I went through a bit of a dry spell, and I almost kind of thought that maybe the gig was up, and I'd just done what I could do after 3 indie albums. But in 2025, June of 2025, our community was evacuated due to the forest fires up here. And so for the month of June in 2025, we were holed up in Good Spirit Lake, Saskatchewan, checking our phones every single day, seeing if our houses were still standing.
Wow.
It really shook up our whole community, and I couldn't take my records. I didn't take my guitar. So I was left, really at a loss during that month, and I needed to find a way to turn the chaos of the fear and the anxiety of what was happening to my entire community. I had to do something with it. And so what ended up happening was I started writing songs again. I'd go for walks during the day. I'd come back and I'd write in my journal. I'd sing into my voice memo to, hold on to melodies. And out of that month evacuated, I ended up writing like 20 songs. I wouldn't say that all 20 songs were great, but when I did get back, I thought, you know what? Maybe I do feel like recording again, and maybe I do have one kick at the can left to put these songs together. And so I really spent the whole year working hard on the songs, practicing them, getting my producer, getting my accompaniment, doing a lot of research on what was going to be involved in recording it, mixing, mastering it, putting it out there, distributing it. So it's been an adventure, and it's one that really kind of gave me a resurgence of passion for music.
Awesome. That is a really great story. But you were recording, I look back at your discography, and I saw a picture of this album with this kid's face on it there. And I went, what was he releasing under someone else's, or he did a pull of you too and put this kid's face on there?
No.
2011, and that was different stuff though. Hey, talking through the filtered microphone and that, I love that kind of cool.
Let's just say that moving back home aged me. I'm not a kid anymore. I was probably in my late 20s when I recorded that. And moving back home, like I said, I got hit with a lot of life. My dad died of cancer.
Oh no.
I went through a lot of back issues. I had a lot of back issues. I had to deal with some demons. And so that kid that recorded that in 2011, yeah, he's come a long way. But that album was a really special album because, yeah, it was me in the very embryonic stages of my songwriting, singing. But hey, I love looking back at all that old stuff and just seeing how far you've grown.
I love it. Embryonic. I'm going to use that next application I fill out for whatever it is that I'm not going to get. And I'm going to say I'm not emerging, and I'm not the beginning. I'm embryonic. I'm in the embryonic stages of my career.
It's a good word for that, eh?
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, I love it. And you can see I'm a little bit jaded. Not, geez, I've been only doing this for 5 years. But as I was telling you earlier, that's what my story is that 59 years old, found myself unemployable. What else am I going to do? I chased music.
You've been at this for 5 years.
Yeah, I know. I got $16 in streaming, and it wasn't worthwhile even being on Amazon or Spotify. I just said, here, you guys, forget it. Here, we're gone. We'll take my stuff away. So, yeah.
I guess that's kind of to show that it is never too late. I mean, you might struggle with wondering, like, is it too late to do this? But you know what? Life is short, and we only have this one kick at the can. We might as well just go.
Well, that's the way I look at it. Yeah. And I mean, my wife is super supportive. She's a musician herself. We played in bands together. So does your husband, is he a musician at all, or is that not his thing?
My husband is not a musician, but he loves theater. So he does get that part of me that really has a passion for expression and performance. So he really is supportive of what I do as well. And how could you ask for anything more?
So does he do the fit check for you and that before you go on stage? Like, oh, no, don't wear that. Try this instead.
No, I don't trust him for my fashion. What I trust him for is he helps drive me from point A to point B.
There you go. Supportive wherever way you can, right?
Yeah, if I forget something at home, he's my go-to to run back and grab it for me so I don't wig out.
There you go. Awesome. I love it. Now, you seem to be doing absolutely everything right. Just let me tell you, from this guy's perspective looking out, I look at it and go, damn, that doesn't look anything like what I'm where I should be, or whatever the case may be. But do you have a team that is helping you doing it? Because to me, it looks like everything is done right. I mean, you got beautiful artwork. You got presentation is like, I'm looking for your manager on your website and your booking agent, and your international booking agent. So how are you pulling this off if you're doing it alone? Well, because if you're doing it alone, then you need to give a seminar.
Wow. Well, I really appreciate that. I'm not doing it completely alone. I do feel like even if I am doing a majority of the daily promotional stuff, and I cannot not recognize some of the people that have helped me get here, because I did try writing a grant for the Canada Council for the Arts. I'd never written a grant in my life. I didn't get the grant, but I had someone who, by the name of Crystal Brown, who lives in Thompson, and she really helped me put together the first grant I could ever write. And so I couldn't have done something like that without that support. And then, of course, with the recording of the album, I had my producer, Trevor Sitnick, who also produced my album McBain from 2017. And so when I looking for someone to really help me do the recording and the mixing and the mastering, I didn't do that on my own. That I really heavily relied on Trevor and his expertise. And then in terms of the musicianship on it, yes, I sing the harmonies and I put those harmonies together. Yes, I arranged the songs. Yes, I wrote the songs, but I had my neighbor. He literally lives next door to me, and he's been accompanying me for years. His name is Eric Bergman. He's a very talented local guy. He played on a lot of my songs: guitar, mandolin, bass. So I didn't do all that on my own. That required the support and the expertise of peers. And then I would honestly say that if Oh, and the photography. I mean, I didn't do those photos myself. That's a local girl named Noelle Drimmy, who by day is a teacher, and also her side passion is photography. And
There
I
you go.
called her up and I said, "Let's take some great pictures of me because I can't." And so I credit her for stuff like that. So, you know, it is not something that I'm able to do all by myself, but I do take pride in knowing that like every single day I am the one pushing really hard to do what you have to do once the album is out. And that's like promote yourself, try to network with people, perform outside of Flin Flon, all of that stuff. Woo! I've never done that before. So this is kind of
Wow.
me.
Good for you. Well, there you go. I love it. So, speaking to that, then I looked at some of the accolades that you have in your CV there, as they say. You know, like Manitoba Rising Artist and so on and so forth. And you made the CBC Searchlight and that kind of stuff. And I personally avoid competitions because I know I'm not going to win. It's just what I write isn't what they want, and so I save myself money. But when you have these kind of credits on there, and I'm curious, and it's the eternal question that's been asked for a lot of many musicians, do these make people in the business stand up and pay attention a little bit more? Have you found that?
No.
Oh,
No.
really?
I was thinking about this the other day because in the past year when I decided I was going to embark on this journey again,
Mhm.
um, through the advice of someone, a fellow Canadian country artist by the name of Miles Canyon, he he's
Okay.
from Flin Flon. He's from Flin Flon, and he and I met online through Instagram, and he
Oh,
now
cool.
out west, and he's a professional, full-time artist. And he basically kind of mentored me a little bit. He said, "You know what? You're from Flin Flon. I like what you do. If you're serious about doing this, then I think you should do several things. You should become a member of the Canadian Country Music Association, and
Mm,
you should become a member of the Manitoba Country Music Association." And these were things that I just never thought of. Because again, when you live up in the north, I mean, what good is it being a part of these groups, you know? And so I have done that. I am a part of those things, but where I feel like I've gone from being naive to more realistic is now I do realize that I think when I joined those, I might have been under this hope or this impression that if you join, you become a part of a community. And
right.
in a way, you kind of are. I mean, you're there.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it.
But at the same time, I'm kind of learning that it's really more for the people that have prestige and have industry recognition, managers, all of that stuff. And I don't. And so I haven't really found that being a part of it has yet provided me any fruits. But at the same time, I am going to be going to Saskatoon in September to take part of Country Music Week because it's being hosted in
Oh,
Saskatoon.
yeah, right. Mhm.
I bought a delegate pass, wasn't cheap, but again, this was something I was advised to come and do just so I could maybe meet people and network. And I thought again, you know, I'm 47 years old. I don't have kids. I've got 2 cats. I think the cat is fine if I spend this money on this delegate pass and I go down there and I try to just jump in the water and you know, without the expectation that I'm gonna somehow, you know, become, you know, the next discovered act, but more so to say by the time I'm done my life that, hey, I tried. I jumped in, I met people, and was open minded. And so I guess time will still tell if being a part of the Canadian Country Music Association will do anything or get me anywhere. But I'm really just experimental. I'm trying. I'm trying these new things, going out on a limb.
Well, good for you because in my opinion, I think it's working.
Thank you.
Yeah, very much so. And as far as associations go, I hope the Canadian nothing. Hey, Canadian Country Music Association. If you're listening, and you want to talk about it, give me a call. Because I was a member of them, and I only did it for the 1 year of the membership, and it was like nothing, no community, just a lot of here. Buy a ticket to this event and this event and that event, and I went, this is nothing costing me money. But I do recommend that you join Folk Canada. You want a community? Folk Canada.
Okay.
Awesome folks. Awesome folks. Yeah.
I will look into that. I'm always about taking people's advice and
Yeah.
recommendation in the name of trying, right? So I might have
Yeah.
to hit you up privately on our messenger just to get you to tell me the name of it again, because
Oh yeah, no problem. Like I said, I'm actually I'm put my name in for the board this year. Um, what? No, I have to be voted in first. But hey, I figured, what, I want to work with the community more, so that's a great way to do it.
I've
And
got faith in you. And you know what? I don't see why they wouldn't choose someone like you. Look what you're doing for independent artists.
well,
You've
thank
got
you.
a lot you can offer them.
I appreciate it. Thanks. Yeah, I've been a member for a few years, and yeah, it's a really great association. And for the $40 that it costs, you will get. I have got that back tenfold every year with the opportunities given me. Not necessarily successful at them. That's my problem. But yeah, great. But I did meet my partner that I went on tour with in October last year. So I met them at the association, and away we go.
So Brian, you've been on tour.
Yeah, I was on tour in October of last year with a fellow by the name of Will Gillespie, and we got a grant from the Ontario Arts Council for Northern Ontario, and we toured Northern Ontario for 10 days and played at historic sites and museums because we had historically themed albums. His was about the 1909 gold rush in South Porcupine in the Timmins area, and mine was about the Algoma Central Railway operating out of Sault Ste. Marie.
I think that's really cool. See, that's
Yeah, so we've had fun.
I've never done anything like that. I've yet to ever go on a tour. So I really
Yeah.
admire that. And that is a goal. That's a goal.
Yeah, a grant is a great way to go, I'll tell you, because if we didn't have that, it would a little bit uncomfortable. Let's put it that way. Maybe eating out of dumpsters and sleeping in our cars. So there you go. Well, that's nice. That's a wonderful answer to that question. Because it's something I've always wanted to ask somebody, and I thought, no, you're the guy.
I appreciate all your questions.
Well, thank you. Now you do like to be involved with the community and where you live, and you really stepped up for the. I can't read my own damn handwriting. Do you believe that? Denair Beach?
Yes.
Okay. So I saw that on your website. That was all with the fires, and did some fundraising with the album on that?
So going back to the 2025 fire evacuation, we live on Flin Flon is a border community right on the border of Manitoba and Saskatchewan. And
Okay.
some of our neighboring communities would include Creighton, Saskatchewan, and then maybe about a half-hour drive outside of Creighton is a place called Denair Beach, and it's been around for a long time. A beautiful lake area. Friends of mine have had homes out there. Their parents have raised them out there, and unfortunately, they took the hugest hit with these fires.
Wow.
A lot of people lost their homes, and they've spent the year rebuilding. And let me tell you, I mean, even though that Flin Flon was fortunate not to lose on that level, we really care about our neighboring communities because many of them are working on the same locations we are, playing even artistically in the same venues we are. And so when I did come back and I decided I was going to do this album, one of the biggest first goals I had was I want to raise some funds that I could maybe give something back to Denair Beach in their efforts to rebuild the community. And so I ended up discovering by reaching out to the Denair Beach Council that one of the programs they had was called the Build Back Better program. And their goal was to raise funds to put back a playground structure and some green space out of Denair. And so I thought, that's the one that I'm going to do this for. And so I did a 2-night listening party at Johnny Soul.
Yes, I read that.
And one of the nights I raised funds for the Denair Beach Build Back Better program. And the second night was to raise funds to pay some honorariums to my musicians that played on the album and even get a little bit back because, it is an investment. So
of course.
I was really proud of those 2 nights. And I was really, really glad that we even were able to give something back to Denair because I would have been really embarrassed had nobody came and no funds raised. So I really got to give it to my Flin Flon and Creighton and Denair Beach community for coming out and buying those tickets because they were the ones that helped me do that.
That's awesome. Yeah. And well, that's great that you work with your community like that and do what you can through your music to help improve where you live. That's a big thing. Now, a lot of times interviewers will ask an artist, they'll say, who are your influences, so on and so forth. So I think I got a better revealing question for you, and especially now that I look at what your record collection back there. So
Yes.
your sound is very rich in classic country, super rich, and I love that. That's the great part about the sound. But rather than tell me about your influences, name me your ultimate favorite classic country album.
Can I give you two?
Go. Doesn't matter. It's hard. I would ask for the same.
One of my, because it's like choosing which child is your favorite. I mean,
Yeah,
God.
no kidding. Yeah.
One of my favorite albums of all time is Dolly Parton's My Tennessee Mountain Home. And
Oh, great.
it's such a beautiful album. It's a conceptual album. And maybe it's not her most famous per se, but the entire album is all about her love and her devotion to where she was born and raised. And
Mhm.
musicianship on it. It's a mid-70s album. And I've always been inspired by that. Her songwriting, her singing, the quality of musicianship. So that's one of my very favorite albums of all time. But I also love Willie Nelson's Yesterday's Wine. And
Oh,
it's
cool.
just absolutely a powerful album. And he inspires me. So those would be two of my very favorite albums.
That's awesome. And I see you got Conway in the background there, and I can't make out what the other one is. Just to the next. Yeah.
This is Olivia Newton-John.
Oh, wow.
1971, in her very sort of early days of folk and country. And so
No kidding.
I love all types of country, everything from bluegrass, gospel, outlaw, traditional.
Yeah.
And I love it all.
That's awesome. It's incredible. Has you've been at this for some time? Is it a full-time job, or has it always been a full-time job?
It feels like
Music?
it feels like it's been a full-time job this year, but I do have a full-time day job. I work for a
Cool.
nonprofit organization doing counseling services.
Oh, good for you. Excellent.
Yeah, from Monday to Thursday, I am counseling between 8:30 in the morning to 3:30 in the afternoon. As soon as I hang up that hat, I come home and I
Put on the cowboy hat.
I do. I spin my records. I play my guitar. I write. I work on all of the stuff that it's taken me to roll this album out. And I've discovered that even once you put an album out, the work is just beginning, because you still have a whole lot to do if you want to have it heard and if you want to engage with people. And then, yeah, I've even been trying to find some time lately to write more new tunes with maybe something for the future.
Yeah, exactly. So would you consider yourself a writer who is, and because we do country music, there's that whole Nashville method, where they go to work in the morning and they write some songs, and then they go for lunch, and then they come back and write some songs, and then they go to the bar and they go and jam and play some songs. So, or are you a disciplined writer in that respect, or is it like, yes, I've gone for a walk, I feel some inspiration now, and you write when you feel it?
That's more me. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I like doing so many different things. I mean, I'm very artistic, very creative. I like to do so many different things, but music is my main passion. But if I'm not careful, and if I don't make time to write and practice, I'll just sit on the couch and watch Murder, She Wrote, or I'll go out in the garden and pluck my weeds. So I really do have to be a bit more intentional about when I write, because if I don't, I'm not that disciplined. But I will say that in the year of writing the songs for Jukebox in Exile, and now I feel that passion. And so I'm finding myself, even at work in between clients, jotting down a song title idea, or, you know what, I've been wanting to write a song about this. Let me get this out of my head quickly. And then I'll come back home after and I will work on it. And just even in the last 3 weeks, I've written like 10. Again, I'm not saying they're great, but I've written like a whole handful of new songs. And so I'm just going with it while the passion's with me, because like you and I know, the well can run dry. And then, what do you do, right? You wait
Mhm.
you wait for the spark to hit you again. I'd rather just have as many songs right now as I could and then work away on them.
Yeah. Take the old crappy ones and rework them. At least you got somewhere to start, right? Yeah, exactly. I know it's on your website, but I would like you to tell some of the story of to the folks about about the album cover and the artwork for Jukebox in Exile.
Yes. Oh, thank you for asking that. So again, when you live in a remote community like Flin Flon, I've already shared that like we do have a very rich arts community. There are painters, there are writers, there are photographers, there are musicians. There's so much variety of artistry here. And one of the things I love about being on the online world when it's not toxic and when it's not you know, making you feel really small and pathetic is
Yeah,
that
exactly.
I love connecting with the different artists out there in the world. And so one of the artists I discovered in the past couple years is a UK country artist named Jack Browning. And he is not only a painter, but he is a fantastic musician. And so I think somewhere over the last couple years, we became friends DMing each other. And I asked him if I could buy one of his records for my growing vinyl collection, and he generously sent me one. And then when it came around to time for me thinking about like my own album, I didn't want to do just a generic photograph of myself. And I can't stand, there's nothing that irks me more than crappy album cover art. I mean, as a cover of vinyl records, I mean, I pore over records, the front and the back. And I thought, I want to do something. If I'm going to do this, I want to do something really special that I would be proud of. And so I just kind of shot out Jack Browning a message and I said, hey, look, can I commission you to do a painting that I would use for my album cover art? And of course he was game and he did it. And that is where that album cover art came from. And I am really happy with it because it's a great story. I get to talk about him and his artistry because he's a hardworking artist himself. But I think it's pretty.
Very.
Couldn't be
It's
happy.
incredible. And
Yeah.
I love the jacket. I don't know where you're getting them, but I need one.
Oh, let me tell you where I got that jacket. She's Canadian.
Please.
There's a designer here in Canada, Jay Boyne's
Western wear. I was about to say the same place Bobby Dove gets her suits.
Yes.
His suit, sorry.
Oh, in the last 5 years or so, I discovered her because of her beautiful garments. And again, thankfully, I'm not neglecting children. I decided with some of my money, I wanted to get something shiny, something that Porter Wagner might wear. And I reached out to her.
Cool.
We collaborated on that jacket and pants. It comes with some pants. And I've been wearing that. That's sort of my it's hard to be a diamond in a rhinestone world kind of thing that I like to wear. And she even designed me a second one. I haven't revealed it yet. I haven't worn it yet, but I'm planning on wearing my other jacket by her at the Canadian Country Music Awards this year when I get to attend. And I love her. Shout out to her. And thank you for asking because, yeah, that's a pretty jacket.
Love it. Yeah, I that's exactly who I follow her on my Instagram, and I go, if I ever get any, and I am the epitome of the starving musician, by the way. If I ever get enough money,
yeah,
I'd love to get one of those done, man. I really would.
I could see you rocking a wonderful jacket by her.
Thank you. Yes, I've been actually thinking about it. I think I want white, pink flamingos, cactuses, and wagons.
Oh yeah. I can see it and I can't wait. You're planting the seeds now. It's going to happen.
Yeah. And I want bell bottoms like Graham Parsons' nudie suit.
Well, when you first said the white nudie suit, I immediately thought of Graham. He is another one of my favorites. What
him and Linda Ronstadt. Hey, what a duo! Oof.
You mean Emmylou Harris?
Emmylou Harris too. Oh yeah, sorry.
Yes.
Yeah. I got them all confused. No, speaking of artwork, you really enjoy displaying other people's artwork, like you have on that guitar sitting right next to you there.
Yes.
Is that is that a company painted piece of artwork, or did you have that painted?
No, I did have this painted. Yes, sorry, it's not a company one. This guitar here, the story behind it is my dad bought me this guitar the last Christmas that I had with him, and
Oh, cool.
it was just a beautiful brown wooden guitar. And somewhere in the last years, I decided that, again, this was before I bought my Jay Boyneswear Western wear jacket. I wanted to do something special with my guitar. And so there is a local artist here in Flin Flon, Manitoba. His name is Tim Dubray, and he has a little business of his own called Dirtbag Custom. And he does a lot of beautiful painting. And I reached out to him and I said, "Hey, could we collaborate on something? Have you ever painted on a guitar before? Because I would love to shine this up with my favorite things, like, again, wagon wheels, cactus, roses, and the eagle." And
Oh,
this is
beautiful.
very much kind of inspired by Graham Parsons as well. And so
Yeah.
Tim Dubray did a really beautiful job on my guitar, and it really makes it a showpiece so that if I am out there performing and I suck, maybe people will be distracted by the beauty of my guitar and forget, how out of tune I am.
I thought I was the only one that did that. Peacock it up a bit just in case you suck.
It works. I swear.
There you go. Advice for new musicians. Peacock it up a bit in case you suck. I gotta love it. That's yeah. Don't knock it till you try it.
Yeah.
Exactly. CC, tell the folks where they can find out well, actually, before that, no, I want to find out what you got new coming up. Anything? I know you're secretly going to reveal your new suit, but that's okay. I'm thinking about music. What do you got on the go? Are you playing, touring, recording? Where's it going?
So this summer here in Flin Flon, we have what we call the Flin Flon Blueberry Jam Festival. And it's been around, I want to say 5 years. It's a local festival, and it's literally, I could walk 20 minutes less, and it's just a hop, skip, and a jump away. So this happens every August. And on August 7th, I'm going to be performing 2 sets. One is my solo work with my trusty accompanists, Eric Bergman and Trevor Sitnick. We're going to do all my Jukebox in Exile songs. And I'm also performing on the main stage with a band that I've been playing in for 10 plus years called The Mix. We do a lot of rock and roll cover stuff. So
Nice.
I'm playing August 7th. Then in September, my husband is driving me to Saskatoon so that I could perform on the Diamonds on the Rough stage during Country Music Week.
Yeah.
This is really exciting and a huge milestone for me. And then beyond that, I am going to try. I'm working real hard as we speak to see if I can get myself some gigs in Winnipeg, because I've never performed in Winnipeg. And
Cool.
I've been advised to try it. And so I haven't solidified anything, but that's something that excites me, is the idea of going down and bringing my songs down there. And the last thing I would say is that I am thinking about what I could record next, what I could sing next. And
Cool.
it was really cool to connect online with a guy who is a producer just outside of Toronto in a town called Owen Sound. And his
Owen Sound, yeah.
Guy Home is his name. And we just connected again online and had a nice conversation. And he basically just said, well, hey, if you are looking to record more in the future, reach out to me. And so, not that I have anything concrete there, and Lord knows anything could change between now and the future, but I am thinking about that. I am thinking that maybe I do have more in me, and maybe I would like to take the next step and go beyond just recording here in Flin Flon. And maybe, what would it be like to record with a producer? What could they do to elevate my sound? And so these are just some of the things percolating in my mind as I daydream. But I am excited, and I'm not slowing down, not quite yet.
Good stuff. I love it. Folks, if you have not checked out CC's stuff, please do. You're not going to be disappointed. And if you're classic country fans like we are, that's the man you got to listen to. And I think he's going to be making some noise we're all going to be hearing pretty soon. So there you go. CC, tell the folks where they can find all about you and your music on your socials and web and all that fun stuff.
You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook. I have a website, cctrubiak.ca, and all my music is you can stream it anywhere: Spotify, Apple, YouTube. And if you do feel inclined, connect with me. Just shoot me a DM, write in my comments. I love meeting people. When you live up here in the north, meeting people and connecting with people is the spice of life. And it's honestly the main reason why I even want to put myself out there, is to connect and feel a sense of belonging in the world. So don't be shy.
There you go. Thank you very much, CC Trubiak. And I wish you all the best, and I will be watching.
Thank you, Brian. I appreciate it.
Thank you.